What's up, YouTube? My name is Cy, and I am your coach for the Carolina Liepards. This is PGL Week 6. If you guys are hyped, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Commenting and subscribing would be greatly appreciated. We're taking on Max Rapture today and the Tasmanian Toxicroaks, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Now, you guys are probably wondering, wait a second, don't you normally do live battles? Why are we seeing a post-com battle today? Well, turns out when I was doing the live recording of the battle, it screwed up I accidentally minimized my camera app, and that basically destroyed, like, it didn't turn out well. Like, the footage was just bad, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna post-com this battle, screw it. But the battle went well. I didn't have to actually, like, my Wi-Fi connection decided not to, like, juke out on me because I'm home, and my Wi-Fi connection is a little bit more stable because I'm actually, like, closer to my router, etc., etc. But yeah, we're taking on Rapture. I have Hippowdon, Hitmontop, Tapu Fini, Kyurem, Bisharp, and Rotom Heat this week. And my opponent brought Mamoswine, Zapdos, Haxorus, Steelix, Granbull, and Mega Pinsir. I did not use Beedrill this week because Beedrill just did not have the best matchup against his entire team. Literally, Granbull and a couple other mons would have been good against him, but other than that, Beedrill just wasn't good. But Hippowdon, Rotom Heat are gonna be my main crushes this week. So let's go ahead and get things started and play this Wi-Fi battle. So I'm gonna try to narrate this as best I can, just from how I remember it. So yeah, but going into this battle though, it was 3-2. My record so far was 3-2. So I was like, I really need a W. So I'm really hoping that I can get a W. So I start with Hippowdon. He goes out to Extinction, which is Mamoswine. Because what I wanted to do at the start of the battle was get my rocks up. But that's what he also wanted to do too. So my sand goes up. I go ahead and swap here because I don't want to get hit by an Ice-type move. I believe I swap over to, Hitmontop. Because I want to get the Intimidate off. And also, if he tries to set up rocks, I can spin them away. And it'll also weaken the power of his, like, Ice Crash or Earthquake if he has it. But what's interesting is that Mamoswine goes for Toxic, and I was like, oh, okay. So, I don't know why he went for Toxic, but I was like, okay, I guess it works for you. That Toxic's gonna be annoying, though, through this battle. Expect the Sand to be annoying, too, because I try to bring out the Sand whenever I can in this battle. But he goes ahead and withdraws Extinction because he doesn't want to get hit by a Fighting-type move. Goes into Zapdos, which makes sense. He wants to avoid that. But I double swap out here because it's like, I knew he was going to swap over to Zapdos or another Pokemon to resist me. But I went to Tapu Fini because I thought he was going to go out to Granbull. So I was like, okay, if I go to Granbull, then I can go to Tapu Fini and it's fine. And I can counter Granbull perfectly fine because Granbull, like, has Play Rough and Close Combat. And my Tapu Fini this week is built more physically defensive, so I would be able to live with Play Rough or Close Combat or whatever Granbull wanted to do. But I do get out of there because I don't want to get hit by an Electric-type move from Zapdos. So I go out to Pachinko to live whatever Zapdos is going to do, which Zapdos goes for Thunderbolt. Hits me pretty well, but Rotom is specially defensive, so he can take that. But Zapdos outspeeds me, so it's not a good turnout. But coming up, I believe this is a play right here. I make a stupid decision. So Misty Terrain makes it so that all status moves cannot be hit, you know? But the problem is, though, is that he goes back out of Mamoswine, and I Will-O-Wisp, and since he's on the ground, then he takes advantage of Misty Terrain. If I Will-O-Wisp Zapdos, then Zapdos would not have to deal with that. So, and hindsight 2020, Will-O-Wisp was a smart play. It's just that it would have worked out better for Zapdos than it would for Mamoswine, because Zapdos is in the air, and Mamoswine's on the ground. Anyway, Mamoswine sets up Stealth Rocks, as you guys can see. I go for Overheat. I know he has Thick Fat, but I at least want to get some damage off on him. Just a way to, like, break his Sash or something like that. But Overheat does a clean bit. Now, for Rotom not being an attacker this week, for being a defensive tank, it actually did pretty decent damage. And if he wasn't Thick Fat, then I probably would have taken a Mamoswine down. But he withdraws Extinction. I believe he goes out to, yeah, Granbull. So he goes out to Granbull right here. And I decided to go ahead and get out of here because I don't want to deal with Foghorn at all. But I hard swap because I can't Volt Switch on a ground type, duh. So I got a Kai. Because I think I didn't really expect him to swap. I think I thought he was going to stay in with Mamoswine. So I at least get the Intimidate drop off on Granbull, which is decent. But yeah, the Mister disappears from the battlefield, which is good for me because now I can status people whenever I need to. Misty Terrain's a double-edged sword. Like, I can status people whenever I want to, and I can unstatus them, so it's weird. But I bring in a Powdon here so I can counter Foghorn with the Granbull, with the Sand. As well as Granbull can't touch a Powdon. But Granbull starts to go for Bulk Up, and I'm just like, oh, okay, so you're a setup sweeper Granbull. Okay, that's fine. I never thought people decided to bring Bulk Up Granbull to a competitive battle, but okay, do you, fam. So right here, I think my thought process was that I really just wanted to get this Granbull out now. But he goes for Play Rough. And I thought he was gonna swap out because, like, he thought I had Roar, but I got my rocks up anyways, which helps in the long run, so I'll take that. But on that play, I was like, oh, I thought he would swap over to Zapdos, predicting, like, an Earthquake or something. That was my, like, main guess behind it, but he didn't do that, so rip him. But yeah, at this point, I get worried, so I'm just like, I have to swap out, and I need to get some damage off on this thing quickly. So I go to Pachinko. Now that the Misty Terrain's gone, my main goal is to try to get a Will-O-Wisp on this thing. I know that Granbull gets Bulk Up. Well, I know again it gets Heal Bell. But if I can get a Will-O-Wisp on it, that will cripple Granbull, and I don't have to worry about this thing. Sandstorm keeps going. And I believe right here, after my leftovers goes, I think I do go for a Will-O-Wisp because, again, I want Granbull down. I don't want to deal with this thing anymore. So, after the leftovers kicks in, Will-O-Wisp. There we go. Now I go for Will-O-Wisp. And smart play by Rapture, because he knew my team because he knew that I had Rotom, he goes for Rock Slide. And I'm just like, oh shoot, he has Rock Slide. But because he's burned, that basically does nothing to Pachinko, which I will gladly take. I'll gladly take that. But yeah, Leftovers kicks in again. Basically, Granbull has not taken that much damage. The burn will help a little bit because that's more residual along with Sandstorm. But at this point, Rotom is really hurt. So I need to try to get as much health back as possible. So I go for a Pain Split right here just to make sure I get enough health back. That allows me to live another Rock Slide, and that could bring Granbull down some more damage as well. So Rock Slide kicks in. Luckily, it doesn't get a crit, which is good. And luckily, I outspeed Granbull as well. I think he meant this thing to be like a bulky set instead of like a fast Granbull, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But yeah, Granbull's still out here. I need Granbull gone because this thing does get Heal Bell. And if he heals Bells and still sets up with like, with his bulk up set, then it's not good. So I go ahead and swap out, here because, I don't want to die to a Rock Slide. So I got to checkmate. Here because I want to Iron Head and kill this thing. But then he goes for the Heal Bell, so smart play on him. He heals his burn. But at this point, though, an Iron Head will kill Granbull at this range, no matter what percentage he's at. Because now I know his moveset. He has Play Rough, Rock Slide, Bulk Up, and Heal Bell. So he can't do anything to Bisharp, so he swaps out. Goes into Zapdos, which I was like, okay, that's fine. He goes into Zapdos. I can at least get some damage off on Zapdos. Stealth Rock is a major thing about Zapdos. I'm so happy that Stealth Rock kicks in. I hit the Iron Head. That does some damage. Not very effective. But then he paralyzed me with Static. And I'm just like, okay, great. Exactly what I needed. If only Heal Bell worked for me as well. Fantastic. And he has a Rocky Helmet just for insult to injury. So I was like, okay, great. I can't do anything against Zapdos for Heat Wave, so I swap out. I could have went for Sucker Punch, but again, I was worried about a Heat Wave. I go to Clay, so I can wall an Electric type move, and set up my Sand back up for later. But he goes for Roost. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. As long as you don't attack me, I'm good with that. And at this point, I have Stone Edge on Hippowdon, so I'm just like, okay, I need to get rid of this Zapdos, because this thing is a major pain in the butt in my entire team. So, I go ahead, right here and Stone Edge, and he defogs, which I'm happy about. That way, I get rid of the rocks on my side and his side. We don't have to worry about that either way, so Rotom's safe. But, on the plus side, I Stone Edge, and I get a crit. I get a crit, which mattered. Along with the Sand, that kills Zapdos. So that's the first kill in the game. It goes to me. I'm very happy about that. But the Zapdos is gone, which means I don't have to worry about this thing anymore. And I can Earthquake everything that's on the field. So I'm just like, yes, okay. Zapdos is gone. We're good. But he sends Extinction back in, so I'm just like, oh, great. He's bringing this thing in again. And I swap out because I don't want to get hit by an Ice-type move. He's probably going to set his Rocks up back up. So I go back to Kai because Kai is my hard counter to Mamoswine. Along with Intimidate, which is great. Sandstorm's a real bother for me because it's like, at times it helps me and at times it hinders me because Sandstorm combined with Toxic is doing a big number on Hitmontop, but luckily I have crippled the Mamoswine down a little bit with the Intimidate. But right now, I thought he was gonna swap, but he goes for Earthquake instead. So I'm just like, okay, he wants to kill me pretty quickly, along with the poison. But I Rapid Spin away because I really don't want to deal with rocks. Like, I hate rocks so much. So I Rapid Spin away. My rocks are gone, which are good. I'm very happy about that. And the poison and the sand are still going, so I'm just like, alright, fine, I'll sack Kai off. And I was gonna go for Mach Punch, but he withdraws Extinction, goes into Foghorn, which I was like, okay, smart play, you went into a good Mon. You went into a good Mon, Intimidate works, and my Mach Punch does nothing. It does nothing. But it does, it does nothing at all. And Hitmontop goes down to Poison, which is unfortunate, but, I mean, what can you do? And honestly, the Mach Punch didn't even matter because of leftovers. So, literally, could've went for close combat there and got a little bit more damage, but it is what it is. So, at this point, I decide, hey, I'm gonna bring in my big guns. I'm gonna go to my Stark, or Kira, who is Choice Specs. I outspeed Granbull, naturally, because I'm Timid Specs. And I go ahead and Ice Beam, and I kill Granbull. Simple as that. Granbull's at too low of health to live, so Foghorn goes down. So I'm just like, yes, another Pokemon that's down, don't have to worry about Heal Ballers anymore. If he goes out to Trevor, which is Steelix, and in this situation, I could have stayed in, but I was like, I don't want to deal with a Steel-type move from this thing, so I go ahead and swap out. I believe I go to Tapu Fini here. I could have went to Rotom, but I was like, Tapu Fini's better because I don't have to deal with Toxic from Steelix. I'm defensive enough to live a Gyro Ball, or an Earthquake, doesn't matter. So, I live the Gyro Ball, which is great. I could have went to Rotom as well, but, I was like, I don't want to deal with Toxic from Steelix, so that's why I went to Cyranoid. He protects here, and now I didn't even, I thought he was gonna swap, so I went for Calm Mind instead, so I'm just like, oh, okay, this is fine by me. I go for Calm Mind, that's gonna increase my special attack and my special defense. Which is fantastic, because now I can basically sweep a lot of his team, because none of his team really wants to deal with Tapu Fini. Because Steelix dies to Water-type moves. Pinsir, he has a Mega Pinsir, but I have Ice Beam on Tapu Fini, and I also have Moonblast for Haxorus. So, and Surf, obviously, for Mamoswine, because Mamoswine's still alive. I go for Surf here. It goes all the way down to Sturdy, so I'm just like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. He goes for Gyro Ball just to get some more damage off on him. And I'm pretty sure at this point, Rapture's just like, okay, I'm just gonna sack Steelix off because I have no use for it. And he could have Protect stalled as well, but literally, like, it wouldn't have mattered because some of his Pokemon would have caught a Surf or a Moonblast. But I go for Surf just to get some damage. He could have went to Haxorus, but again, Moonblast would have killed him. And since Misty Terrain is still up, Haxorus' Dragon-type moves are cut in half. So, I don't have to worry about that, which is great. So, at this point, I believe he goes out to Mega Pinsir here. No, he goes out to Extinction. I don't know why he goes out to Extinction. He could have went to Mega Pinsir, but I guess he was trying to get some damage off on me with Earthquake. Yeah, he was trying to get damage off on me. But he doesn't know how defensive Tapu Fini is, or my Tapu Fini, because we can swallow that, which is fine. I go for Surf, and that kills off Mamoswine. So, there goes that thing. It's dead and gone, which I'll take. And I believe right here he goes out to Pinsir, because at this point, I think he realizes that that Tapu Fini is probably going to get on a sweep him, so he wants to get rid of this thing quickly. And since Haxorus can't really touch me, unless it has Poison Jab, this is why he goes to Pinsir. And he Mega Evolves, and I believe he goes for Frustration here to get some damage off on me. But as before, in the League format, you have to Mega Evolve first turn. You cannot Mega Evolve whenever. You have to Mega Evolve first turn, because that's the rules. But he goes for Frustration here. I thought he was going to kill me, because Frustration is powerful, but I live it, so I'm just like, okay, yay. I go for the Ice Beam here, and it doesn't kill. I'm just like, okay, that's cool. I was like, okay, if I have a Calm Mind up, I should at least try to kill this thing, but no, it doesn't kill. But I decided to be cheeky and keep Cyranoid alive because I'm just like, I want to keep a 5-0 lead on me. So I go out of Clay. I go out of Clay here because it's like, what if I decide to kill this thing with Sandstorm? Just for fun. But at the same time, though, I wanted to preserve a lead because I need to keep my differential up high. So, right here, I just decided to stall Pinsir out with Sandstorm. So, next turn, I slack off, and he attacks me, I slack off, and I let the Sandstorm kill him. I don't understand why he decided not to swap over to Haxorus at this point, but, I mean, good for him. Works for me. So, That's how Pinsir dies. Pinsir dies to Sandstorm. That's interesting. Two of his Pokemon died to Sandstorm in that battle. It's interesting. But there goes Mega Pinsir. Mega Pinsir goes down. And the last Pokemon he has is Haxorus. And because because Haxorus is my mascot, I know what Haxorus can do. Because this thing, he's, in his mind, I was like, okay, he's gonna set up a Dragon Dance, like, wholeheartedly. So, right now, in this moment, I was like, I need to go for straight damage. He goes for the D-Dance, I'm just like, oh god, help me now. If I really die to Haxorus, my own mascot, I've been pissed off. So I go for an Earthquake right here, just to get some damage off on him. And surprisingly enough, Hippowdon put so much work in this battle. He really did. But yeah, Earthquake comes through. That does almost half damage. And combined with Sandstorm, that basically puts Haxorus down so much. Which I'm very happy about. Leftovers kicks in. I'm just like, okay, I think he's just gonna go for a Dragon Claw. No! He Z-moves me! So, he goes for Devastating Drake, and I'm just like, oh god, I'm gonna die here. There's no way I'm living a Devastating Drake from a +1 Haxorus. I know Hippowdon's bulky enough, but I'm just like, oh god, if I happen to live this will be the death of me. But yeah, he goes for Devastating Drake here. Great animation. I love that animation so much. And we live. So leftovers mattered. Earthquake hits, and that kills off Haxorus. And that's a 5-0 in my favor. So that is GG's to Max Rapture. We got a 5-0, which is fantastic. I really needed that after last week, because we lost last week in Showdown, which was really unfortunate, but oh well. But yeah, it really sucked having to kill my mascot there, but hey, things happen. It's all good. But yeah, thank you all for watching today's PGL battle. It really means a lot to me. Next week, in Week 7, we take on CrimsonCBAD and the Detroit Nulls. Whew, I am nervous as heck. Chase is a good battler, and he's a friend of mine. And I've never fought Chase before. I've seen his battles. I know Chase is decent. And I'm terrified, to say the least. I battled him this week. I'm playing him on Thursday. So I am... Whew. I'm hella nervous. But if you guys enjoyed this Wi-Fi battle, make sure to hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Next time the Wi-Fi battle will be live. I'm going to make sure it's a live battle and I don't mess up my webcam, so I don't have to do post-com, because that would suck again. But yeah, sincerely, thank you all for watching PGL. It really means a lot to me. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to check out all my social media links down below in the description. Make sure to follow my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, all that and more. And I will see you guys all next time for Week 7 of PGL. So I'll see you all next time. Peace out, friends. Bye-bye.